interesting because Wednesday night when we watched the game, it was all, hey, the season's on the line, but not so much.
None of this makes sense.
We'll get to that hopefully maybe a little bit later on, but let's get to the bigger work here that we have, and that is Coach Jordi Fernandez joining us on the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Jordi, thanks for the time. As always, it's much appreciated. We're just talking about the Mavericks, Jordi. It looks like they're going to sit everybody. Luka might play the first quarter. When it comes to playing guys and not playing guys late in the season, what went into the staff's decision to play everyone in Dallas on that second night of a back-to-back?
What made us play?
No, what went into that decision to have you get to play everybody on the second night of a back-to-back so late in the season while other teams are resting a lot of guys?
Because we still had a shot for number 2, and having home court advantage in the second round is extremely important. So we want to build a foundation here and a competitive mindset where we go into games, trying to fight for, a lot in this case. So players were aware of it, that players wanted to play. And for us, an organization, team moving forward, it was important for all of us.
Do guys still want to play? We saw the injury report for tonight and a lot of questionable. I'm not asking you to give away any of the game plan, Jordi, but if guys are set, is that going to be something that they're, I don't want to say not happy with, but maybe push back against a little bit, and they want to sort of sprint to the finish line here?
I think our guys have always been ready to play. Obviously, I can't answer that question, but our guys have been amazing. They've competed every single night, like I said before, and right now, at the end of the season, we're not trying to figure out who we want to play against. We just want to finish the right way, like we've always done. And obviously, right now, health is a very important part of this season. So right now, the most important thing is our players.
Coach, I want to get back to Wednesday night against Dallas. Obviously, Kyrie had an unbelievable fourth quarter. He hit a lot of tough shots in that fourth. You guys decided not to double much until late. Not just on Wednesday night's game, but when you're looking at a guy getting hot, when do you make that decision, and kind of what makes that decision for you to say, all right, now we're going to double him because enough is enough? What does that point to you that you've got to change up the strategy?
Every game is different. I think that a lot of those threes came in transition, so it's really hard to double a player in transition.
Right.
We just should have been better in the second half. We made controllable mistakes, especially to defend the three-point line. And obviously, Kyrie is an unbelievable player. But once again, things that we can control, we should have done better. And as far as doubling a player, it's different if you are up, if you're behind. Sometimes when you have a lead and a player is just scoring a lot but not sharing the basketball, sometimes you could live with it. Some other times when you're losing your lead is when probably you have to go and double him and so forth. But, we tried with him. Like you said, it was too late. We made mistakes, and obviously we're going to learn from that game. We were not as good as we were the day before. And going into the playoffs, I think that we understand what we need to do.
Jordi, I've been bringing up a statistic about this basketball team for a couple of months now. When I noticed it, and the longer that it goes, and I can keep bringing up the statistic, the more impressive that it gets. This basketball team has lost 3 games in a row or more twice this season, and it hasn't happened since mid-November. What is it about this basketball team that they're not susceptible to longer losing streaks, and you guys seem to bounce back really quickly from losses and not get down?
I think it tells you how much these guys care. And usually when a loss comes, everybody the next day is ready to come back to work and do something about it. And it may not be perfect. Next game may not be perfect, but these guys try really hard, and I think that's what makes the difference. Like you said, these guys care about, not not getting the right result. And I think that's the way you don't get like this type of losing streaks.
Coach Jordi Fernandez is with us here, of course. He is on the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Coach, the Mavericks, Coach Brown mentioned this after the game on Wednesday night, that the Mavericks ramped up the physicality in the second half. And I would expect to see that in the playoffs, right? It gets a little bit more physical and intense. Are you confident in the guys responding to that physicality in the right way come playoff season?
Yeah, no doubt in my mind. I think our guys, we're still young. We have a lot to learn, especially coming playoff time. But like I said before, one thing they've done is always respond. And the way you learn is going through the process. And every time we've had the chance, these guys just find a way. Sometimes it's not pretty, but I think the New Orleans was an example of us playing like a playoff team for 48 minutes on both ends of the floor. And you can see that we're capable of doing it, and we're capable of playing on both ends. At times when you're that good offensively, it brings a little bit of laziness defensively, which we're not happy with. But also we've seen we can do it, especially on the road when we don't make as many shots. If you look at our defensive rating home and road, it tells you that when we've had to, we have defended fourth quarter. So our guys respond. Our guys, try really hard, and I have no doubt in my mind that we'll be at that level physically.
One of the things that Mike Brown has played around with in an effort, I think, to get a little bit more physicality out there on the court is Alex Len getting some run here in the last 10 games or so. Do you think Alex Len getting at being a part of the rotation, a regular part of the rotation, is something Kings fans should expect in the playoffs?
Once again, I don't think it's a question for me. Probably Coach could answer that one. But what I can tell you is that Alen has been amazing. The way he's played is the way he's defended, leading with his chest, protecting the rim, bringing the energy, the ball pressure. He's been unbelievable. A clear example of a professional that has been ready the whole year. And when his number was called, he performed to help the team win. So I think Alex has been great, and he deserves this success.
Coach, as always, we appreciate your time. Thanks a lot. I know it's been a very, very busy time, you guys getting ready for the playoffs, and hopefully we'll catch up with you soon. Thank you again.
Thanks for your support. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. There goes Coach Jordi Fernandez on the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.